Cloud gazing, a relaxing way to pass the time. But what if those clouds turn into fire-breathing dogs in the sky or gaping holes in the atmosphere? Here are 15 of the most bizarre cloud formations in the sky. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button to become part of the DTR family and that little bell icon so that you are notified when we post new videos. 22. Howling. Do you see what we see? The sun is illuminating a cloud that resembles a wolf howling up into the sky. 21. Jaws. This seems almost too good to be true. A shark cloud above the ocean. Just look at this toothy grin. He must have just spotted our number. 6. 20. Elephant in the room. Has Dumbo had a little too much to drink again? Because that sure looks like a pink elephant in the sky. Number 19. Heads up. Now this one is a little spooky. Some might look at this and simply see the rough formation of a man's face in the sky, and some might see a pointy-eared demon lurking in the clouds. Number 18. FLOOF. Looks like this picture was taken just in time. The form of this animal has almost been blown away. Do you see a white kitten with a bobtail? Or do you see a different animal? 17. Gigantic bird. One look at this cloud formation and you would be forgiven for thinking about calling animal control. It looks much like a Jurassic-sized bird flying off into the sunset. It is entirely reasonable to see familiar patterns appear in random objects, more so clouds. It is because of what is called pareidolia, which is a form of apophenia, which refers to our need to look for patterns in utterly random information. We all experience it now and then with the most famous proverbial man in the moon. Some people have a far more developed ability to experience it than others, and it explains why some might see regular clouds while others make out the image of a bird or a plane. 16. Burning love. The sun hid right behind this romantic-looking formation and instantly lit up this heart-shaped cloud. We bet someone looked up at this in the sky and took it as a sign to take a chance at love. Viewer comment time. Thanks for leaving great comments. For today's video, we are giving a big shout-out to Mistress Dreama, who commented on our video, Bizarre Trees with Faces. We agree, number 3 is pretty awesome. 15. All ears. If it weren't for the long ears, this cloud would have been boring. There's a giant rabbit in the sky looking over you. Unless you are afraid of rabbits, then don't worry, it's just a weird pair of scissors. 14. Rainbow canvas. When looking at this photo, it appears surreal and almost unreal. The unusual formation actually forms in our sky, and they are known as the polar stratospheric clouds. Despite looking beautiful and virtually like the rainbow coloring the air, these clouds play a role in causing massive ozone depletion over the Antarctic and Arctic. NASA explained that the clouds form at low temperature and they can usually last through spring. They remove nitrogen compounds from the cloud, which are responsible for moderating the destruction caused by chlorine. Number 13. Snakes in the cloud. Looks like a convention of snakes met up for their annual meeting in the sky. It is enough to captivate the curious mind, and you cannot help but wonder how the cloud ended up looking that way. The dramatic undulated clouds are referred to as fluctus, also known as the Kelvin-Helmholtz wave cloud. They get their name from British physicist Lord Kelvin and German physicist Hermann von Helmholtz. The formation appears when two different air layers move at varying speeds past each other. The layer lying above is usually the one moving at a faster pace, and the two create a boundary marked by shearing layers moving upwards and downwards. They usually signal an atmospheric instability. 12. The face in the sky. Even at a glance, this cloud is the distinct shape of a woman's face. In fact, next to animals, faces are amongst the most common cloud formations people spot in the sky. Science tells us that it is cumulonimbus clouds that are known to span the high, middle, and low layers. They look similar to the cumulus clouds from which they originate, except that they rise into towers marked by bulging upper portions resembling cauliflowers. Their tops usually feature a flattened shape, much like a plume or anvil, while their bottoms appear dark and hazy. 11. Ocean's waves. You might think that this town is about to be demolished by these terrifying ocean waves, but these are actually just storm clouds in North Lincoln, Nebraska. Wave clouds form when stable air flows over a raised landmass like a mountain range. Their intensity varies, which could have a hand in the shapes and patterns cloud gazers perceive. They can form right above the raised landmass or leeward. Simple convention from mountain summits may also form wave clouds. Have you seen strange cloud formations before? Take the poll, and if you answered yes, then let us know about it in the comment section below. We'd love to hear about it. Number 10. Alien invasion. The best of us might think that they just encountered an alien ship after spotting this formation from a distance. It is quite the vivid sight, and UFOologists must have gone to town with this one. Science tells us that it is probably the product of lenticular clouds. The stationary lens-shaped clouds form at high altitudes and perpendicular to the direction of the wind. They usually form near mountains with large-scale waves like the one in the photo building up on the downside side. 9. Fire-breathing dog. Maybe we only see what we imagine because cloud gazing has an almost hypnotic effect. However, you cannot fail to see the distinct shape of a jet of fire streaming out from what appears to be a dog or perhaps a dragon. It is most likely a result of undulating asperatus clouds. They are related to undulatus clouds, but they appear storm-like and usually dissipate without any weather changes. In 2009, the Cloud Appreciation Society founder Creedor Penny proposed that the formation should get a separate cloud classification. They are commonly spotted in the U.S. Plains states, and they usually appear in the morning to midday after convective thunderstorm activity. 8. The backpacker. This cloud might stomp on you, so watch out. Backpacking has been so popular lately that it looks like even the clouds are participating. Number 7. Nuclear explosion. If you saw this formation in the sky, it might send you fleeing in the opposite direction. It appears much like the aftermath of a nuclear explosion. This is an anvil cloud, also called the cumulonimbus incus. It is a thunderstorm cloud that has matured and could lead to a supercell thunderstorm followed by a tornado. Interestingly, the high-occurring anvil clouds usually carry heavy snow. However, as the snow falls down to warmer cloud layers, it melts to water. 6. Goldfish. No, this isn't a snapshot from a clever goldfish cracker commercial. This sunset cloud swimming through the sky just happens to look like goldfish. Number 5. Black hole. Will this monstrous hole in the sky suck you up into oblivion? It is actually called a fall streak hole or hole punch cloud. The gape usually appears in altocumulus or cirrocumulus clouds. When the water in clouds fall below freezing but has not yet frozen over owing to lack of ice nucleation particles, it results in such holes in the sky. Their rarity usually makes them become an object of interest for UFOologists. The clouds are also not unique to any geographical region and have been photographed from Africa, Russia, to the United States. Number 4. Oh, bother! Christopher Robin, are you missing a delightful honey-obsessed friend? This looks just like Winnie the Pooh floating through the air. 3. MAMMATUS clouds. Popcorn in the sky? Known as cumulus, the cloud formations usually appear in association with severe thunderstorms. Scientist David Breed, working with the National Center for Atmospheric Research, explained that buoyancy of air and convection resulted in the creation of the upside-down bubbles. 2. Too many legs. The pink hue in the sky adds to the effect of this particular cloud formation. It seems that a factory puffing out fumes has formed a giant hog in the sky with far too many legs, but a perfect snout and ears. Number 1. Woman in the sky. People interpret cloud formations in many different ways, but the long flowing hair and outstretched arms are hard to dismiss. The clouds are forming a woman in the sky, and it even looks like she's holding something bright, maybe a wand or a sword. Thanks for watching. Coming up next is deep sea creatures scientists spotted by chance.
7 remotely operated vehicle captured the image of the bobtail squid, which is less than a foot long. The bioluminescent sea creature of the Sepiolida order can control the brightness of its glow. They have a close relation to cuttlefish, but they spot a rounder mantle. The squid also has 2 tentacles and 8 suckered arms, which look like very thin human fingers at first glance.